ABBA was one of the most popular music groups in history. Everyone has probably heard at least one of their hit songs. The group appeared at the Eurovision Music Festival in 1974 and won over the world, making more money at its peak than Volvo, the biggest car manufacturer in the quartet's home country, Sweden. What few people know is that one of the members of the group was born from a Nazi project that aimed to increase the Aryan population. In this video we will unveil this story that has caused much astonishment to all fans of the musical group. Welcome to the mysteries of the unknown. Annie Frid Lyngstad, the second A in ABBA, better known as Frida, is a Norwegian singer, songwriter, and environmentalist who was very successful during her time in the famous musical group ABBA. She always thought that her father had died in a shipwreck, but in 1977, the singer discovered her terrible true story. She was conceived from a Nazi experiment. After the end of World War I, Germany had a serious demographic problem, as a significant portion of the young male population had died during the conflict. So in 1935, Erich Himmler, head of the Schutzstaffel and one of the main perpetrators of the Holocaust, created the Lebensborn Association, which means source of life in German. The Lebensborn functioned as a factory that produced babies of the Aryan race. At first the program consisted of providing pregnant wives of SS officers with free prenatal and postnatal care. Later, the program expanded to encourage single mothers with an Aryan profile to enter into relationships with Nazi officers. But the program also took children from Nazi-occupied countries such as Poland, Yugoslavia, Holland, Norway, and Denmark. In 1939, with the invasion consummated in several European territories, the Nazis began to encourage the generation of children in these other countries, as long as the mothers fit the profile of the Aryan race. The Scandinavian countries were one of the main locations used by the Lebensborn, because the Scandinavian people fit the Aryan standard as they had blonde hair and blue eyes. In Norway alone, more than 12,000 children were born from this project. After the end of the war, the women and children of this project were ostracized, being called German whores, and the children were nicknamed SS bastards and rats. Some of these mothers were imprisoned in mental institutions, and the Norwegian government even tried to deport them to Australia. The Norwegian army even partnered with the CIA and used the children for experiments with drugs such as LSD and mescaline. Annie Frid Lyngstad was born to Norwegian mother Cindy Lyngstad and German Sergeant Alfred Hasse on November 15, 1945, a few months after Germany lost the war. Her father then left Norway and returned to his native country. Afraid to see her daughter humiliated, her mother fled to Sweden, where the Lebensborn were tolerated, in search of a fresh start. A few months later, Cindy passed away and Frida was raised by grandmother Arntine, who encouraged her artistic abilities. A few years later, Frida won a music contest and met Benny Andersson, whom she married. Together with Bjorn Ulvaeus and Agnetha Faltskog, they founded ABBA, which was a resounding success in the 1970s. For many years, Annie Frid believed that her biological father was dead, because the ship he was on when he returned to Germany was attacked and sunk by the Allies. But in 1977, with the group consolidated and world famous, a German magazine published the story revealing that Anni-Frid Lyngstad was a Lebensborn child. His half-brother by father, Peter Hasse, read the story and saw that the name of Anni-Frid's missing father was the same as his own. He questioned him about his whereabouts during World War II, and eventually revealed to his son that he was the father of the famous singer. With this, Alfred plucked up courage and sought out the magazine for a meeting between the two of them. A few months later, Anni-Frid Lyngstad finally met her father Alfred for the first time. It's hard. It would have been different if I was a teenager or a child. I really can't connect with him and love him the way I would have if he was around when I was growing up, said Anni-Frid after meeting her father. After the meeting, the two went on with their lives without any closeness. Anni-Frid was one of the luckiest of the Lebensborn children, as she was able to discover her true identity and meet her biological father. But unfortunately, more than 85% of the Lebensborn children never had the opportunity to find out who their real parents were. In this video, you have just learned a story about what the evil of the human being is capable of. And also be sure to give your impressions and suggestions to the channel, always remembering to give a like and share this video with your friends. And don't miss the next video of the channel, with another mysterious curiosity. See you in the next Mysteries of the Unknown video.